Hello, my name is Pedro Henriques da Silva. I will be premiering the first ever Portuguese guitar concerto, which I am composing and will be performing on this beautiful instrument, the Portuguese guitar. So this instrument is unique to my country, and it's used for traditional Portuguese music, fado, and it has a very unusual tuning. It's a fifth, a second, a fourth, and a second. Very unusual tuning, but it allows some really beautiful harmonies. It also allows for some beautiful harmonics that are not possible on any other instrument. And in this piece I'm going to be playing a lot of different techniques. I'm going to play in traditional Portuguese technique that uses only two fingers, index and thumb. And I'm also going to be using some different techniques using all four fingers. And with this technique I'm going to use some Debussy typical scales and harmonies because he never wrote for this instrument, and I use a few passages that kind of remind of his techniques. Also, I'm going to imitate the sounds of a bansuri, which is an Indian flute, using this little device, which is called an e-bow, an electronic bow. But to make it even closer to the flute, the bansuri flute, I'm going to use a slide as well. So, as far as I know, this is going to be the first time that an e-bow is used on a Portuguese guitar. And finally, I'm going to use another technique, which is to use the angle, which is a musical hammer for guitars. And I'm using a Bulgarian rhythm with this technique. I'm also using a pick technique, which is more similar to a mandolin, so I can create some louder, more intense chords. So those are some of the ideas and techniques that I'm using to create the first transclassical concerto, combining East and West and world music and classical music into one, and the first ever concerto for the Portuguese guitar, this beautiful instrument, and orchestra, with the wonderful Orchestra, the Swan, under the baton of David Curtis.